But let's actually talk about the spoilers this week. Since JJ got it, we'll let JJ cover Morgan Elsbeth, and then do you want to have a little bit of a discussion about her? Because there's some things in there that I think we need to talk about with her. But go ahead, JJ, tell us about Morgan Elsbeth.
Yeah, so we got Morgan Elsbeth here, following the call as her subtitle there, and she has Force, Imperial, and Knight as her identifiers there. Her ability reads action. Choose a friendly unit that attacked this phase. Play a unit from your hand that shares a keyword with the chosen unit. It costs 1 less, and she deploys on 5 resources. She is a 3 attack, 6 health, and it reads unattacked. The next unit you play this phase costs 1 less if it shares a keyword with a friendly unit. So that's just pretty good. This kind of reminds me a lot of like building with the green boba. You're able to get advantages for just having keywords on there, especially if they match together. You're able to do pretty good things with it, especially with hidden gonna being that new keyword that's coming out, and a lot of the Night Sisters that we've seen so far have that keyword on there. You can also do really well with ambush decks as well. If you have a lot of ambush on your in your hand and just play them out, they just cost 1 less, which is fantastic. Or even really good at defensively with like grit units or shielded units. You can really tailor a lot of specific lists for Morgan to take advantage of. I definitely think that she's going to see a lot of play right off the bat.
So the question I have, okay, so we have Boba, right, that kind of does the keyword thing, and we don't see a ton of Boba, or I guess, do I say Boba 2, whatever we want to call him? Hero Boba. We don't see a ton of play for him. We do see some, right? And we had Fennec. Fennec does similar things with the ambush. Do we really genuinely think this is going to be a good leader?
I mean, it's a passive discount that all it requires is for you to essentially have a unit in your deck with that, and you just use an action and deploy that. You're probably giving up initiative for this particular ability to work, but if you're able to put out more units out onto the field, that's going to be harder for your opponent to control if they're not prepped for like a bunch of units being played for it. So,
did she like do anything with the Eye of Zion?
Yeah, she. So, spoiler alert for people who haven't seen Ahsoka in the last 2 years, but she took the Eye of Zion to go to a different galaxy to retrieve Thrawn and the Night Sisters back into the Star Wars galaxy.
Okay, that explains so much why that thing is just a mess of keywords.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that and like gore. I mean, like ambush seems to be like the very obvious one, right? Because you're not losing too much tempo with using her action. Restore might be kind of interesting as well. It's just going to be like a deck you really have to focus on doing exactly, try to get it. I mean, like putting down Sentinels for less is pretty nice, right?
So I think so. But it doesn't feel like it's a lot like, I don't know. There's a lot of hoops you have to jump through to get this 1 cost discount.
It is more restrictive than something like Red Han, right? Where it's just like, they just take 2 damage or whatever. But like, unit discounts is pretty nice. It does suck if you just can't like attack with the unit, right? Because you do have to get the attack off. It's also a little bit weird that she doesn't have like a keyword herself. I thought like maybe like a restore 1 or something would be
nice.
Yeah.
Restore 0. I don't care. Just give her something, right?
I wish she would have had the hidden ability.
Yeah, if she had hidden, that would be nice.
Yeah, it might be interesting. There's a lot of the Nihil units have like raid and stuff, right? So maybe you can get a pretty aggressive like red, kind of like ambushy raid kind of stuff. I don't know. There might be stuff there. It's just gonna have like a lot of effort to put something in there. And the 3/6 for 5 is a little bit strange to me. Like sometimes usually you see like a 3/7. She doesn't seem like as incredible as something like Unlimited Pink Quinlan or something to justify like the 6 health.
Yeah,
Maybe her traits are better. She's a force unit. I just see
she's a force unit. Yep.
Huh.
and which she is in the show too, and that's why. Like we don't know this because when you first see her in in Mandalorian, you don't know that she has any of that, but she has the Mandalorian staff, which I don't think we have a card for that. We don't have a card for that, do we, JJ? I don't think we do. I don't think there's a Mandalorian that Beskar staff, which could be something we could see as like a Beskar staff. That would be pretty cool, like a Mandalorian traded Beskar staff. I would be excited by that, and it would be thematic for her. I'm personally, I don't know if I'm sold. Like this feels like I need, like, maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll have to get Crispy on to start cooking with Morgan, because Crispy has like cooked with Fennec before and was kind of responsible for some of the Han 2 stuff, the data vault piece. And so like I think maybe we need to get Crispy on to talk a little bit more about Morgan closer to the set. But let's move on to the next leader. Alex, what is our next leader?
We got Ashoka, an older Ashoka. That's Rosario Dawson, right? I think. Yeah. So it's a blue heroic Ashoka. It's got the Force and the Fringe trait. Her ability is, as an action, you use the Force and give a friendly unit Sentinel for this phase. A little bit like Chewie, but less restrictive. And then she flips on 6. She is a 5/6. And on attack, you may give a friendly unit Sentinel for this phase. You also have pretty high attack for a 6 deploy leader. Usually it's like 4. You know, you think of like Luke's and stuff. Although like Maul is a 6/6.
Well, the new Vader and Luke pilot, both of them have ground deploys of 5/6s.
Yeah, so it's a decent attack, and then she gives other people Sentinel, and that's that could be pretty useful if you're trying to protect units. I've heard some people complain she doesn't have Sentinel herself, but like that's kind of missing the point, I think, right? Like you could just give something a Sentinel, then deploy her.
Yeah,
and then just swing really hard. And her lightsabers from set 3 work with her too, which is kind of neat. Puts her up to like a 7 that just attacks immediately, which is cool.
Yeah, honestly, I would love to see this built up with like a token deck, right? Especially if you're able to like consistently get like tokens out on the board that you could put Sentinels through. You know, just force your opponent to go through those 1/1 Sentinels, and that just leaves the spot open for you to go in and attack in there. There's a lot of utility for her particular ability. Just giving out sentinels, it just really slows down your opponent. She feels like a very anti-aggro piece to play. Like I think decks like Sabine and stuff like that will have a harder time getting through Ahsoka decks.
I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't. We have Grievous that does similar things. I mean, I guess she's less conditional than Grievous, right? You know, like Grievous, it has to be droids and it has to be something that you played, whereas she is kind of very loosey-goosey. I will tell you some of the testing I've done with like Obi and Qui-Gon and stuff like that, like the Force is a little bit easier to get than I thought it was going to be. I will tell you, I don't think there's enough Force units to just have solely a Force only deck. You're missing out on some really good units to play. Personally, the only deck I've really had any success with only Force type units is Kit Fisto. That's it. He's the only one, and that's because it's a red blue and it's built specifically around that. But there's so many other good units. Like I don't have Cassian in Kit Fisto, which just feels bad because it's like you could bring Cassian out and close the game out, but he doesn't fit into that category. So I think it's easier to get the Force back than we originally thought. And I think even that blue 25 health base, if you want to run her as a double blue, is probably pretty good. It gives you access to put shields on your Sentinels with Vigilance. We have another card that's going to get spoiled later that we'll talk about that's kind of like a mini Vigilance, which is a really good card too, in my opinion. And I don't know. I'm not super sold that this is good. I still like my Lando that just gives out shields better, personally. It feels less conditional, but
I do
this
love
could still be good.
Yeah. But blue hero tends to have a lot of like high health units. So like giving it Sentinel, if it doesn't have it, like, you know, you're not going to give a Sentinel unit Sentinel. So like they have some high health units that you just like, well, now it's a sentinel and deal with it. And there's pretty easy shield generation, like you were alluding to, in Blue Hero. So you can shield some things.
Mm-hmm.
Like even just like a minor thing from like set 1, right? There's like the 2/4 shielded wilderness fighter. And it's like, yeah, you just give that to the sentinel. Got a local who been working on like Chewbacca decks every set, so we're trying to, hey, anything high health that you can just force it to give sentinel now. It doesn't have to be 3 or less.
Yeah, I mean, and she is fringe too. There's a couple of things that work with fringe, and I don't think we've gotten a leader that was fringe yet, have we?
Yeah, I'm sure we did.
Was it Afra?
Isn't like, I mean, it's just a bunch of the underworld player. Well, not technically the underworld, but like
It's 5 total right now. Finn, Ray, which I didn't know Ray was fringe, by the way. Like, we've definitely not used anything for fringe with Ray. Hunter and Afra, and that's it.
Huh.
For leaders, leader-wise.
Yeah, there's a bunch of fringe cards, but
yes,
I don't think there's anything for fringe itself, like card support wise.
I don't think so.
I can't think of anything.
Yeah.
But also you have a lot of grit units in blue as well, so giving them sentinel is very strong. Like the Plo Koon in this set. He's a 6/8. When you have the force, he has grit, so you just give him sentinel too. You have to get the force back, but it's not crazy difficult, right? So I think it has some potential. It's just going to be more of a specialized kind of deck.
All right. Well, let's move on. I'm not as sold on it. I do think there's more to Morgan than I think there is to Ahsoka. I will say having a 5/6 is nice, but I mean, it would be better if it was a 5/7. But that's just, I don't know. Or have her come out on 5. I don't know. All right. The next one is a legendary. It is the Mythosaur. We officially have a Mythosaur now. Going up there against that Crate Dragon. Cost 9.
Oh. That's the Mandalorian symbol. I'm just saying this now. I get it. Okay, it makes sense.
Yep, it's a 9 cost blue only 10/10 Mandalorian creature. It comes in shielded, and it says friendly units cannot be exhausted or returned to hand by enemy card abilities. Friendly leaders gain the Mandalorian trait.
Friendly upgraded units.
Yep,
yeah, that's the big part.
Yeah. So obviously this is very much so designed to work with Kanan. Kanan upgrades, Obi upgrades. Both of them are very much so. This can work in a Mandalorian deck.
Or Saxon, maybe.
This could work in Gar Saxon, but it's like this comes out 9/10. So unless you're running like ramp, I mean, I don't know. But by the time you hit 9 resources, should you not be pretty close to winning? I mean, like,
yeah.
I mean, how
put
many
Mandalorian armor on it?
You can.
Oh my gosh, that'd be gross.
Because of the Mandalorian
Mando armor. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you're going to play a blue creature that's a 10/10 for 9, you just play Zillow Beast.
Yeah,
I guess if you have 3 of those in your deck, you can also play the Mythosaur.
Yeah, and I think the other thing that you have with this that you don't have with the Zillow Beast. So the Zillow Beast is nice, but with this, because of the upgraded units, so as long as you're upgrading your units or have the ability to upgrade your units, this actually kind of works to some advantage, I think. And it being neutral means it can be played on either side. But like Lando kind of likes this type of a creature, because you can play a unit, it gets shielded, they have to hit the shield, they have to start killing your shields and stuff like that.
Or like Rey
or Luke.
Yeah, I mean, the experience is more permanent upgrades than like shielding is. But man, it is. You can give it a lightsaber. That's funny.
Yep.
You can't bounce them. Oh. Yeah. So I don't know. It's cool. I'm sure the Mandalorian trait for leader is like just a flavor thing.
Yeah. Who's
Because I don't see how that'd be relevant.
whose leader is gonna be? Whose leader is out on 9 resources still, except for Avar Chris, maybe.
Palpatine.
Yeah, Avar
Okay,
Chris.
Palpatine. There you go. Oh man. Oh, Pelp's gonna be a Mando.
Oh my head.
Oh, all right. Hold on, baby. I'm going back to Blue Pelp now. Just so I can play this and have a Mando.
I hope you like
Palpatine.
play this and just be like, I'm the Mandalorian leader now, and then just palp it and throw it at him.
Yes.
I don't know. It seems a little iffy. It looks cool though. That's legendary.
I think there'll be some play for. I personally think there'll be some play for this. I'm not sold that this is going to be super amazing though. So
If Zillow Beast didn't exist, I'd be a lot more excited for this.
Yeah.
I don't know. All this stuff just makes me want to go back to Pelp and just say, well, now I don't have to play all these Star Destroyers. I could play Mytha Beast, and my Pelp can now have Mandalorian armor, and I could just give you the middle finger. Like if I can't win at that point, then I'm definitely like I should not be playing Pelp. So. All right, so let's move on to the next one. JJ, what is the sperm whale doing to those Star Destroyers?
So this is the 7-cost Grappling Guardian coming in the blue aspect with 3 attack and 9 health, and it's a creature trait. And it reads, when played, you may defeat a space unit with 6 or less remaining HP. Honestly, I think they should have increased that, right? Because this should be able to take out Star Destroyer, right? And most of them are like at 9. But still, it's very thematic so far. I mean, I just love this destroying the 7th fleet. This is probably meant to show like what happened at Buffalo Fallen and Rebels, and it's pretty awesome. I love the art on it. Definitely going to work very well in the Kanan deck. It's a creature, and you can do some pretty good work on this if you're able to at least get one of those Star Destroyers down to like 6 health, and then to play this vehicle or play this creature. I mean, it's just gonna eat up a Star Destroyer pretty easy. We'll see some play. The fact that it only has 3 attack kind of makes it hard to justify.
You put in GI, ready it.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure there'll be some ways to make this work somehow. I just don't see it being a very commonly used upgrade or creature being used.
I don't know. I like the when played aspect with it. Like, I think Thrawn likes this too a little bit, because he has a Chimera that kind of weirdly interacts with it, because you could play this and play a Chimera, and then you could defeat 2 units at the same time. I think in villain control style decks, this isn't okay. Like, you're killing something and you have a 9 health body. You could put a pilot in it. I really like this in Asajj.
It'd be kind of fun if there was like an Aether Sprite or something that lets you play when played abilities twice or something,
There might
that would be an interesting use for that. Also, fun things is a space unit that's not a vehicle, so you can do things that you can't normally do. So you can like give it a lightsaber and just turn the space whale into a space narwhal and just have fun.
Okay, who at FFG missed that? You got to be.
It's not a vehicle.
I know. Who missed all of that?
Space narwhal, lightsabers, just a bunch of lightsabers. I mean, body of lightsabers.
Thematically, you can also adjust the height of the lightsaber, so it's a really long lightsaber just being held by its teeth or one of the tentacles.
Yeah, so because it's not a vehicle, you can throw things on it that is just really funny that you don't normally see in space. I mean, it doesn't get like the -2/-2 with Jedi lightsaber or something, but I don't know. You can put an Ahsoka's lightsaber on it. That's kind of funny. Just stack it full of stuff. Just give it a bunch of upgrades. You can give it a gun.
Yep, you can do lots of things with it.
A hotshot blaster.
Yeah, you just hotshot the space whale.
All right, I literally would like to know who at FFG missed all of this. Like, this feels awful. There's no way you can shoot a blaster like that.
I know space whales coming at me with some guns and Mace Windu's lightsaber.
Like,
give it a fallen lightsaber. Let it try to twirl around.
Hell, I mean, if we want to go that way, we can also give it the Foundling upgrade to make it a Mandalorian, and then
Yeah.
equip it with Mandalorian armor. Yeah,
Yeah,
why
I'm
not?
pretty sure this happens in one
I
of the
quit.
movies.
I quit. I'm back. That's ridiculous. What? FFG.
Man, the space whales just keep saying Roger, Roger. That's kind of weird.
Give it the Death Star plans after that, right?
Yeah. They should have used the space whale to retrieve this Death Star plans. Would have saved a whole lot of lives. But yeah, I thought that was funny that you just like, hey, it's not a vehicle, so you can put things on that are just like really silly looking. Like, give it a Darksaber, you could, right? Why not?
Oh my gosh! Oh man!
I like none of this. That. All right. Upgrade hate removal coming back into play again. All right. Well, what's the next one?
So this is a hyperspace wayfarer. It is a 6 cost green space unit. And it is a 410. And that's it. Just a vanilla 410 creature. That's
That can carry a lightsaber
yeah, and it's got tentacles, so it's got
through
multiple
hyperspace.
lasers. Yeah, obviously. So yeah, it's just a big creature. That's a a 10 body is pretty big for space, even though the 4 attack's a little bit iffy for 6 cost. Might be interesting. Probably. I don't know. Looks like it'd be good in Kanan.
All right, let's move on before we talk more about space sabers and all this garbage. I'm
irrationally angry about this.
I'm going to reach out to FFG and ask him what that is going to be as soon as the show's done tonight. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to email Xander and be like, "Hey, man, can we have a conversation? Somebody come on the podcast and explain to me why that was who missed that or what that was a good idea."
Yeah, this space whale, he just held up an electro staff and he got less attack every time I ran into him.
All right. The next one is a T6 shuttle in 1974. This is Ahsoka's. Or not Ahsoka. It's not Ahsoka. Yeah. Is this Ahsoka? Yeah, this one's Ahsoka's, not.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Or Hu Young's.
Or Hu Young's, yeah. It is a fringe vehicle transport, 3 blue hero with a 3/4 attack. It has a when this unit is attacked before damage is dealt, you can give an experience token to it. So you have yep, it's this. This is insane for 3 costs. It's just, I mean, like, it's not gonna. This is just great control piece against like aggro stuff.
If only there was a leader to give a sentinel every turn and force it to be attacked.
God damn it. Okay. All right. I hate you. No.
I mean, like, if it's Ahsoka's ship, it's designed to be around with Ahsoka, right? So
probably. Yeah.
Also, coincidentally, you could do it with Chewbacca, but it's probably not its intended target.
Honestly, I would still consider running this in a Gar Saxon deck, just because of pre-Vizsla, not Gar Saxon. In a pre-Vizsla deck, mainly, even if I'm paying the 2 additional costs for it, because you're automatically making this into a 5/5 as soon as it gets attacked. With pre-Vizsla's ability, because you give it an experience token, it becomes upgraded and it gets +1 attack.
Gar Saxon, not pre-Vizsla.
It is Gar Saxon, yeah.
Yes,
sorry.
Vizsla
gives you cards for like damage.
Yeah,
this does not do any of that.
Yeah, so like I absolutely love, like, I would love to put this as a space unit onto into that deck. I think this is a really strong card for a lot of different decks, honestly.
Yeah, the Clan Saxon Gauntlet has the same thing, but it's also Sentinel.
Yeah,
it's a 6 cost. It's a 6 cost, but
you can't play this in Gar Saxon for 3. You're playing it for 5.
For 5, yeah.
And then at that point, you might as well just play the Gar Saxon Gauntlet, JJ.
I still take it, bro. I mean, if it gives me a free experience point, if I'm doing that, and if I could put a shield on it somehow, like, it's even better.
All right, Lando, give it a shield.
There you go. All right, what's the next one that we have?
Up next, we have Shatterpoint. It is a 4-cost blue event. It's got the Force trait, and it says, choose one. Defeat a non-leader unit with 3 or less remaining health, or use the Force, and if you do, defeat a non-leader unit. So it can either be kind of an expensive, like, removal of 3 cost, or like a slightly cheaper, like Vanquish. Which I like. I like that there's options. It's just 4 costs a little bit steep if you're using the first option.
I'm surprised it doesn't let you destroy X-Wing.
Is it because he's just plowing through one of the windows?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Or is a weird AMG joke about how they thought Shatterpoint destroyed
That too.
X-Wing?
It's multiple levels on that one, yes.
That's very deep. But yeah, like this is it's an uncommon card too, so it seems like pretty solid. Just like a solid like 4 space removal option instead of Vanquish.
Yeah.
And it's nice that it's like, anything. It's not in leader.
All right. The next one we have, JJ.
Next one here is our third Purgle card that we have revealed so far. So this is a 5-cost Graceful Purgle. It's a blue aspect only, coming in at 2 attack and 7 health with the creature tag on there, and it has just Sentinel on there. So it's a pretty big body for space for 5 costs. Could have its uses there, especially if you have some way to buff it with either like a shield or experience
or a lightsaber.
Electro staff, so they get -1 attack and they have to go into your giant space sentinel. Yeah.
A General's Blade space sentinel. Yes. Oh man. Yes, please. Well, I'll take it.
Like Electro staff, it just fits so well because you're just like, oh, I have to get through this like giant, stupid space whale. It's just like killing all my stuff, and I can't kill it. Because General's Blade is, or not General's Blade, sorry, the Electro Staff is +2/+2. So when he's defending,
yeah,
you do 4. It's a 4/9 Sentinel that you get -1 attacking.
Yep.
But actually, I kind of like this just because I like stalling space stuff. Like, I don't really care too much about the reciprocal attack for a lot of control decks. It's more like I just needed to hit like 2 to 3 hits. So it's kind of interesting. I like it.
Yeah, I think it slows that arena down quite a bit.
Yeah,
and you're there at minimum using 2 units to kill. Or they have to use, or a spell. I guess they could use a spell. But if you notice, like with it only having the 2 health, like, I mean, you can't fell the dragon it unless they upgrade it, right?
Yeah, the 2 attack. Yeah.
So you can vanquish it, or you can rivals fall it, and that's like it, really. Like, or I guess you could Shatterpoint it. There you go. You can Shatterpoint it now. So there you go. Now we can use Shatterpoint. So
hey, it's still less than fell if you give it the Electro Staff too.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I think that part is actually like we've talked about that before a little bit with those Concordon interceptors and how good those can be. This is like an upgraded Concordon interceptor, except for it just doesn't kill your unit back. That's kind of the bigger difference. But it could, I guess, if you put Electro Staff on it. Like, I guess people are going to be doing this. Like, that's going to be a thing.
You can also upgrade it with Ray, which is kind of neat.
Yeah. Give it an extra health and an extra attack. It's still out of the range. Yeah.
Yep.
So I actually agree with you. I think this is a really good card. This will be crazy in draft.
That'd be really frustrating in draft. Yeah.
All right. The next one we have is just Dooku. He's not a count yet, I guess. He's just Dooku. He's a Force Jedi. 4 costs yellow, 5/4. He comes in hidden. And when played, each friendly unit with hidden can't be attacked for this phase. That's actually pretty good. Especially if you are playing a lot of hidden units. I have added him to my third sister. It's third sister, right? Yes. Yep. I've added him to my third sister red-yellow deck, which actually as down as I was on third sister. I have won a lot of games with her. Holy crap. Compared to what I thought I would.
Well, when they can't attack your units like you played in your aggro deck, that tends to work out pretty well.
Yep. So she has immediately gotten like raised up, and this card just like makes it even better because like everything then becomes hidden again. And you can play it at the beginning of the turn, and they can play spells to kill it, but that's it. Like, you don't have the ability to attack into them. And I'm wondering if we're gonna get a card that says you're no longer hidden. Maybe we should get a Pelp card that says I can see you. I don't
Well,
know.
there was one in last set, right, where everyone just like loses Saboteur and gains Sentinel.
Yep.
So it could be like everyone loses Hidden and gains nothing or something, you know.
Yeah.
There is like a basis for that.
Yeah, but it was too late for Dooku. So we're getting 2 Dookus basically this set. So you can now run all 3 in your deck, by the way, baby. As long as
3
you run
units plus the leader.
Yep, if you really
Yeah,
want to.
Hey, notably, this is also a Jedi, right? So, Tanner, I know you played Quinlan ECL a little bit. You can't attach General's Blade to him for benefit.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah,
Yep.
and you could probably do it because he's hidden. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Nobody will be able to kill him. He
And
will
no-
suffer to like certain spell cards, but outside
yeah,
of
like
that, like
takedowns and stuff, you know, kill it and open fire and things like that. But that's true for anything with 4 and 5 health.
yeah. And it doesn't say when he dies that all the hidden stuff gets removed. So even if
Yeah.
they do kill him, the rest of your units are golden for the rest of the that phase at least.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, like wolf kind of like lingering effect. There's like, hey, when you play it, just bases can't be healed.
He's you can also bring him back with Pelt's Return, right? You know, like I know that like it's a 6 cost, but like if you are playing a hidden deck with green yellow, he is a very good unit to be able to bring back to stop like the bleeding from people being able to wipe your stuff off the board. So we'll see. I think we'll need a few more hidden units, but so far, like I mean, again, you've got like there's enough I think right now to make it so that he's at least decent in that deck. So, all right, let's go on to the next one.
Okay. So this is Internant Warrior. Or Itinerant, sorry.
Yeah, itinerant.
The moving places to places. That's what it is.
Okay, there you go.
I'm bad at pronunciation for this. Sorry. So it's a 4/4 for 4 blue hero ground unit. It has the Force and Jedi traits. It's shielded, and when played, you may use the Force. If you do, heal 3 damage from a base. Seems
good.
okay.
No, it's pretty good.
I mean, the shield is nice. The 4/4 for 4 is a little bit low, but the shield it helps out with that, and healing it from a base is really nice. A lot of blue kind of already does that, but if you need more healing, you know, and the Force is probably not terribly hard to generate, so it's kind of cool. You know, if there was like a really cool Aether Sprite that lets you play when played abilities twice, that'd be really nice.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything though because you can't use the Force twice, but you know.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay. I don't like it. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I think Tanner, you're much higher on this than me.
I like this unit. I actually think this is for a 4/4/4 with a win plate ability and shielded. Like I feel this is like undercosted to some extent. So I will say yes. You're right. Yeah, well, whatever. It's a 4/4, but I mean, like I have been playing around with this card, and having decent success with it.
I feel like Blue Hero has so much restore already that like the when played heal 3 is less impactful. But that's my inkling. JJ, what do you think?
I like it. I mean, there's definitely a lot of different ways to attain the Force, and there's that base as well that enables you to gain the Force with 3 times in a game. So if you're able to use all 3 charges for this, that's 12 health that you can recover from your base pretty easily, and that's not factoring in any other ways to recover Force from like restore units or like bounties and stuff. So this is a really, really good way to just keep your base health up and just frustrate your opponent if you want to.
Well, JJ,
this is definitely going to see some play.
It's a when played,
Yeah,
not like on attack.
Yeah, you can't recur
Yeah,
this.
I mean,
but also,
I mean, if you're carrying 3 copies of it in your deck, I mean, that's
sure.
You only want to have 1 in your deck, so don't worry.
I was gonna say like the Force is binary too. You either have it or you don't. You don't have like multiple stacks of it. So unfortunately, can't just be like blow a couple of these. But yeah, I mean, I guess they're the multiple copies. Sure, I don't know. The art looks slick though. I like it. I like the colors.
All right, let's move on to the next one. We have Ki Al Adi Mundi.
Yeah. So we got the 4-cost Kiadi Mundi. We must push on as the subtext there, coming in with the red and heroic aspects, coming in with 4 attack and 4 health. And he is a Force Jedi and Republic character, and he reads, when played, you may use the Force, and if you do, you draw 2 cards. Pretty decent. It's a good way to just continue to pull cards into your hand, and that we could play stuff there. Kind of, it definitely has some uses in certain decks, especially if you're actually looking to discard cards for particular effects as well. That also works in those type of decks as well. Like if you have what is it, Migs, and then you out of the 2 cards that you draw, you then like discard 1 and deal damage and go that way. Now we have constant ammo. Those are kind of nice ways to go through. Definitely would work better in some of the bases that allow you to carry more cards in your deck, so that way you have more ammo to use. But that's really heavily building into that style. But definitely will have some uses to play for sure.
Weirdly, he has an effect with Marin.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Is there like a lore reason why all the Kiadi Mundi units just like draw a couple of cards? Is there, or is that just like what they decided for him to do? Like,
I think that's what they decided for him.
Okay,
yeah.
he's just like the Conehead guy that just shows up. I'm just like, okay. I like it more than the last guy. I like it more than the last card, honestly. In red, like JJ was saying, you tend to play more aggressive, which means you generally play lower costing cards. So the more you can draw cards, the more cards you can play.
I think this card's great.
Yeah.
I love this card. This card's like top of the list for me right now. I like this more than like the other ones. I do like Dooku quite a bit, but I really like this card a lot.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I like it.
You want to pillage me? Go ahead. I'm just going to draw 2 more cards after that. Here, take this. All right. Well, that was all the spoilers I have. We never went over Grungy. I think Alex gave me a whole bunch of crap because we didn't go over Grungy. He's a 2-cost Grungy. I call him Grungy. He's from
Gungi?
Gungi. Yeah, he's from High Republic. So
Oh, okay.
that's where he's from. But he's a 2-cost, like 2/5 Force little
Force Jedi and Wookiee.
Yep. He's cute. He's pretty good too, actually. I've been playing him in a lot of decks.
Yeah, he's a 2/5 for 2 green hero Jedi trait.
Yeah,
pretty nice.
But that's all the spoilers that we have. We're gonna move on.